Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of my knitting podcast. My name is Holland, and I'm coming to you from the Midwest. In today's episode, I've got some news that is less than good. It's actually really heartbreaking. My local yarn shop is closing, so that's a huge bummer. The next local yarn shop is like 20 to 30 minutes away, which isn't too bad when it comes to a local yarn shop, but that is definitely further than I would personally like to drive. So if I'm in the middle of a project, I can't just zip down on a whim and go grab the yarn I need and bring it home. So that's a super bummer. I talked to some of the ladies at the yarn shop as I was purchasing way too many items that I don't need, but they're on sale, right? And they said hopefully somebody will come along and rent the space and continue the yarn shop. So we will see. As of right now, their lease is up in September, but they're really hoping that they can shut the place down before then. Everything in the store is on sale. They're selling their furniture, they're selling their mannequins, they're selling all of their yarn, all of their needles. And because of this yarn store closing sale, today's gonna be an acquisitions episode. So I've got a lot of acquisitions to share with you today. I have one finished object and I've got one work in progress. So sit with me, let's chit chat about all this yarn that I bought. When I first went to the yarn store, I tried doing as much research as I could. It's opening up their Facebook page and looking at what they said. They said, please bring your own bags. So I brought my own bag. And this is actually a really great tote bag that my auntie made for me. She's so artistic, she's so talented. She embroidered this, I think she embroidered it on a machine, of course. I really love the color variations that she threw into it, how it goes from a lighter blue to a darker blue, almost black. And it's the letter H, because my name is Holland, and she loves me, so she made it for me. This is one of my favorite items because it's a project bag. Now it's a yarn bag, so a bunch of yarn in it. This is the biggest amount of yarn I have ever bought in one time. Maybe excluding a time that Michael's had a sale, but that's cheap yarn that's upstairs. I'll show you later if I ever do a yarn tour. So this is the biggest haul of nice yarn that I have ever purchased. The first thing I want to share with you is a bunch of this. I got 5 skeins of this. It's a really great hand-dyed, it's kind of red, it's kind of burgundy, it's kind of orange in there. A bunch of hand dye, and excuse me while I mutilate. It's not mutilatable. Their name is mutilatable. Whatever this brand is, Malabrigo. This is 5 skeins of Malabrigo yarn. I'm really hoping that it's a sweater quantity. I'm sure it is, and I'm going to hold this Malabrigo double with this Ceres Stratus. I got 5 of these also. Do I know if I got the correct quantity? Absolutely not, because while I was trying to pick out all this yarn, I was busy stuffing down a panic attack. I tend to have panic attacks sometimes, but I'm working through that. We're getting better at that. This Ceres Stratus is, it's a Plymouth yarn. So that's kind of cool. I think I have a lot of Plymouth yarns. Its color is 15 copper, and what else? It's 68% Surrey alpaca and 32% nylon. That nylon is going to give us some structure and support. Well, so is this merino. So it doesn't matter if the alpaca is going to grow or not. I heard that alpaca yarns have a tendency to grow and expand, and I don't want that to happen. So it's going to be held double with this, or I'm planning on holding it double. I still have to make a swatch first. My concern with using the Surrey alpaca with this merino wool is that the alpaca will overwhelm all the beautiful colors in this great yarn. I don't want it to be overwhelming. I just want it to be fluffy. So we will see. I'll make a swatch test. I'm usually not good at swatching, but I'll make a swatch test to see if I like this just standalone or if I like it held double with the Surrey alpaca. 10 balls, that makes 10 balls. That's 10 things of yarn. That's a sweater that I would like to make. I'm imagining the sweater is going to be just simple raglan stockinette stitch. I'm not gonna do anything fancy or frilly or anything. I just like a really nice sweater. I'm aiming for these colors because number one, I love warm colors. Number two, I kind of want a pumpkin spice latte sweater. I want something that'll be warm, and not just in physical warm, but in color warm. I want a warm sweater and something I can wear to be like cute in the fall time. It is still summertime here in the Midwest, and it is hot. Hot. I didn't tell you what color these were. I told you this was number 15. These are all copper, so that's beautiful. This Malabrigio is Aries, and it's the Rio style. I don't know what that means. I don't know enough about this yarn to know what the different styles are. The color Aries really vibed with me because number one, I love reds, oranges. I am a warm color person. Number two, my star sign is Aries. So I was drawn to the color and the name of it. So that's really cool. So I've got 5 skeins of Aries Rios Malabrigio, and I've got 5 balls of Ceres Stratus in copper. Moving on. We just got some rain the other day, so that's kind of nice. It brought it down a little bit. I have 1 skein. This one, again, is Malabrigio. This one is color Wabi Sabi. It's in a DK Sport. I have no idea what I'm going to do with it. It was really pretty. My partner was super excited when I brought it home. He suggests that maybe I should start knitting a little bit more of blues. So I've got this Wabi Sabi color. I have no idea what I'm going to do with it. We'll see. It might be a hat. It might be a scarf. When it talks to me, it will tell me what it wants to be. Another acquisition I have, this is Blue Sky Fibers, Woolstock Light Fingering. Does it have a color name? Its color is Rusted Roof. So once again, we're here with me preferring the reds, the oranges. I'm starting to wonder if maybe I should have just gotten 100 of these and made a sweater out of it, because that's a gorgeous orange color. I love it so much. It's very soft. It's very nice. It is 100% fine Highland wool. So that's really nice. I like it. I don't know what it'll be. It will tell me when it wants to be something. So we'll just stick that on the stack. I think I'll just have a stack going. That's kind of fun, right? Another color I got, this one was in hopes that I could use it with my Belgian yarn. My Belgian yarn I brought, I did not buy a sweater quantity with. Once again, while I was in the yarn store with about 100 million options, I was stuffing down a panic attack, trying not to get overwhelmed by the amount of beautiful, gorgeous yarn. What I should have done was buy way more than I needed, because yarn in Europe is way cheaper than yarn in America. Holy cow, I should have stuffed my suitcase full of yarn. And it's lightweight. Like, it doesn't matter if you buy too much yarn, because you can just compact it and make it small, and it still weighs 50 grams. 50 grams of yarn, is not going to push me over the 50 or 60 pound weight limit that a suitcase has on an airplane. So I should have bought more yarn. I didn't buy enough yarn. So I bought this. It is, again, the Malabrigio. It is natural. It is undyed. It's a light worsted weight. And as I look really close, it's got, I don't know, it's got a bunch of plies. So we'll see what this yarn wants to be when it grows up and talks to me. Cats are running. That is about it in my bag. But I still went back to the yarn store because this wasn't enough. I still wanted more. Is there a difference between a want and a need right now? It's yarn, it's a need. Another acquisition I made the same day I made this. No, a different day. I bought this. Oh, it's so pretty. It is a kid silk. It's kid silk mohair. It is made with super kid mohair. It is gorgeous. It's fluffy. It's wonderful. Oh my god, I love it so much. This is typically like $20 yarn, but they had it on sale for like 20 or 30% off, so I just bought one. Once again, I might use this to supplement my Belgium sweater whenever I make that, but I learned that the mohair for my Belgian sweater is much thicker than like Rowan kid silk. I'll get this so you can see it side by side. Look how much thicker and fuzzier that is. Super fuzzy, super thick. So if I do choose to use this, I might have to hold it double. This is kid silk, obviously. But this, which I got from Belgium, Fonty, is, I should know, it's 75% mohair, so that's not bad. 20% laine wool, and 5% polyamide, probably the polyamide just to give it some structure and support. So although, okay, they're both mohair. They both have mohair in it. Mohair? They both have mohair in it, but this one is just much more bulky than this one. So we'll see. Maybe if I do come out to use this, I might hold it double or triple to see if it'll match up with this, but I might not use it at all, and maybe I'll use it as like a little halo in something else. On the pile, some more yarn I bought from this yarn sale. It's so much yarn. Holy cow. I personally don't consider this yarn, but it's sold as yarn. I bought a ton of raffia. You might recognize the raffia from a hat that I made. Very cute, very nice. This one has a bunch of flower motifs on it, but I still need to weave in the ends. How many weeks has it been and I still haven't done this yet? This raffia, now that I know how it works, raffia is challenging to work with. I learned that when you're working with it, if you take this off and if you take off this little tie that holds it down, it will completely unravel. And then you will have a knotted, ravelly mess. Unravelly? You will have a knotted, unravelly mess. And it's just kind of a nightmare to work with, but I love the finished product. It's so beachy. It's so boho. I love it. So I bought 5. Why did I buy 5? I know why I bought 5. I bought 5 because I want to make multiple things out of it. I should have bought 2 of this color the first day I went in because they had multiples of this. Oh, it's called cinnamon dust. They had multiples of this cinnamon dust paper raffia. I did not. I bought 1 cinnamon dust, I bought 1 ivory white, and I bought 1 of this midnight blue. From a distance, it looks kind of inky and black. Up close, when you get some good light on it, oh, It's so pretty. So I bought 5. I wanted more of these. My intention was to make like a pink pony club hat. I want to make like a little cowboy hat out of the raffia. That way it can be kind of beachy, kind of boho, kind of pink. Technically it's not pink, but it's pink enough. At a distance it's pink, right? Oh, the kitties are fighting. So I did not though. So now my plan, this hat only used 1 ball of the raffia. My plan is to make a different hat that's going to use more. So now my plan is to use 2 balls of it. After it's all crocheted up into the hat that I want it to be, I will figure out how to make a dye. I will probably put the dye in a spray bottle and I will spray the pink pony club hat until it's pink. And then I will have a beautiful pink pony club hat. With the rest of this, I'm probably gonna make a really neat bag. I want the bag to look kind of like this. We'll see what happens when it comes out. We'll see if it happens when it comes out. That is the end of my yarn acquisitions. I had some other acquisitions while I was there. I bought these. They're cute. They're so I can hold my needles on without everything falling off. I thought I didn't need it. I think I need it now. They were only 30 cents each, so how can you say no to that? And they're super cute colors. They're very pastel-y, very sweet. I figured I could use them when I'm trying on garments, so that way when you try it on, they don't stretch your cable needles out and then everything falls off the needle. So we will see. Some other things I bought. I thought I bought way more than this. I think I bought 5 sets of needles. These are shorties. They are in US size 2. I read the 9. I'm like, these are not size 9. These are in US size 2 or 2.75 millimeters. And they're just little shorties because I want to get into more sock making. Of the socks I made, I'd like to try out the shorties. I tried them out at a friend's house once. Kind of loved it. I was surprised. I didn't think I would love it. I'm also trying out to make socks with 2 at a time on just a long needle. We'll see when I get there. The fun of knitting is that you can do whatever you want. But yeah, I bought some more needles too. Another set of needles I bought are these my red chiagoos that I absolutely love. I know that I love the lace tips because they're more pointy so I can get more stabby with it. I bought US size 9s or 5.5 millimeters because I had US size 8s or 5 millimeters. I plan on knitting with these my Belgium sweater. I got 2 different sizes so that one can be for the flat portion when I'm making the v-neck and the 8s can be for the round portion when I'm knitting in the round and knitting the body and the sleeves of it. There's another portion of the sweater I plan on doing some color work. I learned with color work, you want to be on bigger needles or smaller needles. We'll figure it out when we get there. I bought, oh yeah, there they are. I bought also some US size 8s. No, I already had size 8s. I bought more US size 8s because you can't go wrong with 5 millimeter needles. I also bought some US size 4s. Why did I buy size 4s? I bought some 3.5 millimeter needles too, because I guess you can't have too many needles. Did I buy more needles or was that it? Nope. That was it. I didn't buy any more needles. I bought, let's count this out. So I have, ooh, can I set this up so we can see it? That would be cool. What I purchased with my local yarn shop closing, everything must go yarn sale, is 5 balls of raffia. 1, 2, you can see it's already starting to do the thing that I hate it to do. So this might be the one that I crochet with first because it's already coming apart, and I don't want it to be sitting in my stash coming apart. So 1, 2, 3. Can I stack it, or will it fall? It may fall. 4, 5 raffia, 1 mohair. Will that stay? No, it won't stay. 5 Malabrigio Rios Aries. Oh, cool, it stayed. I like that better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. 5 Malabrigio. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh no. 5 Malabrigio. We've got 5 Surrey Stratus that may or may not be with the Malabrigio. So 1, 2, 3. Oh no. 4, 5. 1 Kid Silk Mohair Rowan. 1 Blue Sky Fiber Fine Highland Wool. Ha! 1 Malabrigio Wabi Sabi in the DK Sport Weight. Ooh, these would look really pretty together. We'll see. We'll see. And then 1 Malabrigio Natural Worsted Weight, light worsted? Light worsted. And technically 4 knitting needles. One of them's over there. And 3 cable holders. So that is my local yarn shop closing Everything Must Go Sale yarn haul. Super excited. My one work in progress I have right now, I think I'm trying not to be such like a yarn or a works in progress hoarder. I'm trying to kind of dial it down so I've got less things on my mind, less stress going on. The less things I have on the needles, the more things I can get started on the needles. So that's great. My one work in progress is something that we've seen before on the show. This is my cable sweater. Look at that. It's got a cowl neck collar on now. I was working on the cowl collar last time we saw you, or last time we had this conversation, but it wasn't right. So I frogged the collar. Did it again, wasn't right. So I frogged the collar. This is the 3rd time making this cowl collar. This time I counted how many short rows I need to make the back a little bit longer than the front, but not so obscenely long that it looks like a Count Dracula collar. Don't want a Count Dracula collar. Maybe one day, but not this project. But now we have it. It folds very nicely. Maybe I wish it was a little bit longer. Maybe I wish it was a little bit looser, but I think that is something I'm going to leave in the hands of the blocking gods, because it's just a little tight when I fold it, and it's sometimes when it's on a hanger, it's a little bit short where it shows the edge. But we will leave that to the blocking gods. They will do with it what they will do. That's the beauty of knitting, is you get what you get. And that is it. I'm still on the body portion of it, so I'm knitting in the round. I'm knitting this with some Plymouth yarn. I'm knitting this with Plymouth Yarn Company Encore Tweed. This is a worsted weight. They don't have color names, but the color right now is 3525. I needed more yarn, so I got more yarn, but it's a different color batch. It's a different dye lot. So once I get to needing to join the new color, I'm gonna do some helical knitting so that way they can join more seamlessly, like more of a gradient. Both kitties are deciding to be my camera folk. They're so wonderful. Right now I'm knitting this on US size 6 or 4mm needles. I'm using my ChowGoos that I absolutely love. This sweater was really fun for me to get back into the swing of things with. I had put it in timeout for a little bit when I was trying to finish up some socks, and it was in timeout for a little bit when I was finishing up my puff stitch sweater, because I didn't want to deal with this. Also, I was a little intimidated because I was running out of yarn, so I needed to get more yarn while I was exploring different yarn shops. I finally remembered to put a progress tracker in it. So since the last time I saw you, what is this, like an inch? Like 2 inches? Where's my project bag? On my project bag, I've got a tape measurer. It's from Knit 1 Purl 2, Yarning for a Good Time. How cute. How silly is that? Let's see what my progress is. Since the last time I shared with you on this knitting podcast, oh, I've knit 2 inches. So that's not very bad at all. Because this is a heavily cabled sweater, it goes along pretty slowly, but that's fine. I'm really enjoying it. I'm at a part in the sweater where I don't need to have my pattern sitting in front of me anymore. I've done this repetition so many times that it's kind of in my brain and I've got it. If it's not quite in my brain, I just look to the segment before to see what it was doing. My partner is a pretty long torsoed guy, so I know I've got quite a few inches left to go on this. One of these days I might put some ribbon on it to see how long I have to go. Have you guys seen that where you I don't know, get some ribbon and you safety pin it to your project, and at the end of the ribbon is when you need to stop knitting? That way you don't have to take your tape measure out every time and measure how long the whole project is. All you have to say is like, oh, I'm getting close to the end of the ribbon, I'm almost done with this. So I might do that as I get a little bit closer, but as of right now, I'm not gonna do that. I'm using 2 different stitch markers in this project. Both stitch markers are markers that I was able to whip up myself. I just had some old chain laying around. I had some old jump rings. I love using jump rings as stitch markers. They're smooth, they're pretty, they're simple, they're easy to go boop boop from needle to needle. So I'm using 2 different types of stitch markers that I was able to whip up. I took some old wooden beads that my friend gave me and I made them into these, so that way I can tell which one's the right side or which one's the wrong side. Typically, cables are knit flat, and you only do the cable on the right side. The wrong side, you just follow the pattern, don't do any different changes with the cable. So I've got these to indicate which one's the right side or which one's the wrong side. The white is the right side, the darker color is the well, I don't want to say wrong side anymore. It's the side where you don't do any changes. It's the side you just follow the pattern. So that's really cool too. My other stitch marker I have, you can see it has also multiple jump rings on it. This one has 6 jump rings on it. 6 different, why are you all twisted? 6 different jump ring stitch markers. The first 5 are for just continue knitting, following it, don't do any twists, don't do any cables. The dark colored bead, the brown bead, is for when it's time to do a cable. And I've got 6 because this is a 6 repeating cable. So every 6 rows, I throw in a twist. And it helps me keep track. That way I'm not using too much of my brain power figuring out what to do here. I can just say, oh, moving along. So right now I'm at the 4th ring. So in 2 more rows, it'll be time for a twist row. Sometimes it's cool because the repeating pattern will sometimes match up with the center repeating pattern. When I picked it up, it was magically on that part of the pattern, so that's really cool. But yeah, that's my cable sweater. It's using the Encord tweed yarn. So far, this has 5 balls of yarn in it. It's pretty dense fabric. It's not very loosey-goosey. It's pretty dense. I wanted it to be dense so it could really show the definition of all the cables versus the loosey-goosey one. I don't know. When I stretched it out, it was so see-through. I wasn't into that. So we'll see. If I knit it too tight and it's a thick, heavy fabric, then great. I've got a winter sweater. Or I should say my partner has a winter sweater. We've got a winter sweater. But yeah, that's my cable sweater. My goal with this sweater is to be done before the end of the year. In a perfect world, it would be done in the fall season, but we'll see when we get there. I think that's the other thing I love about knitting. There's no like hard and fast timelines to things, unless you're a test knitter. Test knitters have hards and fasts. That's my my only work in progress right now. My next work in progress I plan on making is going to be my Belgium sweater. I swatched for the Belgian sweater. I didn't swatch like fancy or professionally or anything. I just held the yarn double. I held this double with this. I knit a few rows to see kind of what the gauge was looking like. And I was like, okay, I'll need this much for the neckline, and we'll figure it out from there. What I'm planning on doing too is measuring to see how long I would like the body to be. I plan on alternating, maybe I shouldn't say alternating. I plan on doing some scalloped color work throughout it. The scalloped color work will help with transition, so that way it's not a blunt, vibrant orange, blunt, vibrant peach. It'll be like a cute little detail. I also plan on having a scalloped hem, and scalloped sleeve cuffs too. I just this how you know your like taste is changing, how your style is changing. I used to hate scalloped. I'm like, ugh, it's so like not uniform, but now I'm like, you know what, that's really stinking cute. So we'll see, but that one will be my next cast on. The final thing I have for you is something that I don't have anymore. I was able to knit it up in like one day and a couple hours. I took it to a beach day with me and my partner and a friend. And when I wasn't in the water playing mermaids, I was knitting and drying off, letting the sun, I don't want to say letting the sun tan my skin, because I am not tan. I am the opposite of tan. If anything, I'm still a little burnt in the chesty area. I think I need to start applying like 70 SPF just right here and maybe doing like 50 or 30 everywhere else, because this is burnt. I'm gonna have issues when I'm older. Look at that. Insane. But this is what I was working on the beach with my friends. This is a cute little, I think it was DK weight. It was some leftover yarn that I had from a previous project, including baby stuff. It's a little hat. And one of my friends just found out that she's going to get her first ever grandchild. So I was feeling motivated, I was feeling excited. I think her like excitement and her glow was rubbing off on me for a little bit, so I was very inspired. So I made this little woodling style hat for the little baby whenever the baby decides to come along. I think she said the baby's gonna come out in January, so we'll see. I mean, you probably won't see. I'm not gonna share other people's babies with you unless I have permission, because that would be a little bit weird. But I suppose they will see, and hopefully the baby will be wearing this cute little hat that I made for her. It was a super easy composition. That's the pattern that I think that I would like to try to write up. I think I'd like to make a pattern for people. Cute little woodlings hat. It features on the top of it, it features a little bit of an I-cord that blossoms into the rest of the hat. On the hem of this hat, or what's that called? The brim? On the brim of this hat, it has, once again, the picket stitch, the picket hem. I don't know what you call it, but the picket, it's, once again, very cute, kind of scallopy, kind of feminine, but yeah, I really like it. I wanted to thank you guys for joining me today on another episode of my knitting podcast. Thank you for enjoying my yarn tour that slowly fell off of the couch as I was talking, and thanks for hanging out with me again. I hope I can see you again in the next 2 weeks. But that's all I have for you. There's a guy in a golf cart. Oh my god, that's a neighbor. He's a child on the back of it too. But thank you for joining me on this knitting podcast. I'll see you again in 2 weeks' time. Goodbye.